Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again. Another reaction with The Ghost. Flash, Season 7, Episode 12, and the title of this episode, Goodbye Vibrations.
Goodbye, bye.
Cisco's leaving. It's it. When they announced he was leaving along with Tom Cavanaugh, of course, who's been on the show since the beginning.
Wish Tom Cavanaugh. I'm okay with Cisco leaving, but Tom Cavanaugh?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean...
Because there's sometimes Cisco's hardly does anything. But Tom Cavanaugh, he's been in it,
he's done so many characters.
So important.
I mean, I think back on the fact that literally Carlos, who's played Cisco, was on Arrow Season 2 before the show even started. He was like Grant Gustin. He popped up in Arrow before the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's been around, and Daniel Panabaker was in that episode of Arrow, too. That was their introduction to kind of set up Team Flash, this new cast. So this is kind of crazy. By the way, if you're hearing any noise, it's Lucy chewing on a bone, which is perfectly fine with me. Just saying, in case you hear that noise. But I wonder how they're going to play this episode, because if it's his last episode in terms of being a series regular, are they going to have a lot of, remember this, Cisco, remember this time? You just kind of what do you think?
I don't know. I just hope it's not like that. Like flashbacks almost.
Oh, I'm not saying flashbacks. I'm meaning referencing past stuff.
That.
Okay.
I just don't.
You just want it to be like a new story.
If they're going to reference past stuff, then you might as well just skip the episode. Because we already know the past stuff.
Okay. This is a big thing because the show's losing a main character since the beginning. That's what I'm saying. I just don't know.
It's not like it's Grey's Anatomy or something.
Oh, if only, right? You'd be crying your eyes out, right?
I sure would.
Yeah. But this is pretty big. I wasn't expecting this episode this early after the announcement. I thought it'd be closer to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Because we have 18 episodes this season.
When you told me that he was leaving, I thought it was going to be at the end of the season, not in the middle-ish.
Do you think he might come back? Because episode 17, the episode before the finale, is episode 150. And then we have the finale. Do you think he might come? I don't know, because
if this is his goodbye episode, he might not. But at the same time, he should be in that episode.
I would, because it's a celebration of the show. So maybe he'll pop up.
He's part of the team.
Maybe they'll bring back because I don't know how they're going to play the 150th episode because we dealt with the multiverse. What if it's a version of Cisco from another Earth or something that I don't know, a way to bring
doppelganger.
Yeah, a way to bring Carlos back, but not to have Cisco come back. I don't know, because we also have those 5 episodes that are starting season 8 as kind of like a crossover event with other characters on the Flash. I think he might come back for that.
You think so?
I think.
But if he's going to come back, then why be done right now?
As a series regular, so he can move on to do other stuff.
It doesn't matter. If you're planning on coming back at all, why stop now? And why not just go through the last couple episodes and then the first couple in 8?
Well, we're going to find out in about 2 minutes when the show starts to see how they're going to handle this. So, are you ready for Goodbye Vibrations? I think that's an interesting title. Are you ready to see how they handle it?
I'm ready.
Let's
go.
We're leaving Central City.
Tomorrow. Of course.
A great recommendation from Lila and Dig. Argus.
Dig.
Lila. The job. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, they're not fake smiles.
Thank you.
Woohoo! That little woohoo! Maybe he... Oh, remember that he used to run on that? It's a throwback. You didn't want this. That was his pilot helmet.
The rest is all yours.
So that theory of him being the new Cisco is true.
It is the end of an era. You were so right, Chess.
Did they pack him up?
Barry did it.
What the?
Barry did it. How you holding up, honey?
You suck forever, but I love you anyway. It's from Frost. She stuck up at Mom's lap.
I was like, wait, what?
Can I have your ID badge?
Wow.
Oh, it would make me happy.
Them shoes, though.
Cheers check for
Those shoes are really colorful.
24 hours.
Are you guys debriefing without me? Hey.
They're gonna have to tomorrow.
We didn't
Apparently.
bother you.
Yeah.
OG Team Flash can be taking her down.
I mean, it is OG.
Last time, it was Roy G. Bigelow.
2.0. That's the original Flash suit. What the hell is that?
What the hell?
You know I love you, right?
But our 2.0 version uses the whole rainbow since that makes her power
So he's singing now.
Cisco tried
The little hands.
Maybe expecting everything from the get-go is asking a bit much.
It is.
Okay.
Good point. Because I mean, telling everybody everything day one might make them lose it a little.
She's not.
Oh my god.
This is not good.
Sam's Chester.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Did you stop the band, lady?
Nope.
I didn't want to.
Nice. Pretty good last day, if you ask me.
Oh, that helps him.
You know what? Why don't I just show up to work a day early, report for duty, and ask them in person? Why don't I just do that?
Not a chair around anywhere.
No. It's gotta look more somber and sad if he's just sitting on the floor. Aww.
That's such a cute picture.
Listen, I don't know what's got you two so ready to get rid of me.
It's not that at all. They're trying to be happy for him.
Say goodbye now and get it over with.
We both decided to put on a brave face so we could tackle one last case together. We are gonna miss you so much.
No.
After being hit by lightning, you've been there.
He has been.
Every step of this journey. I was still here. With the next gen of heroes.
Next
Still
gen?
had my long hair.
How weird is the blimp can hide itself?
Yeah.
All that money and jewels is gonna
What the hell?
Dang.
Oh, that Nash Wells trick.
Because I care what happens, Flash. Do you?
He does, but not this way. Because she's stealing all this.
That's why instead of sending you to Iron Heights, we got less than 2 minutes to impact.
Oh, shit. He's got this. Imagine if he actually does die in this.
I mean, I mentioned it at the beginning.
Now you gotta land it now.
Yeah.
Inspired by Carrie's unique brand of cherry, there is going to be a surprise party, isn't there?
He's like, he's waiting to get to it.
You're the man now, dog.
So he really is taking over Cisco's role in
Yep.
Star Labs.
What are you doing?
He likes this song.
How could you possibly know that?
I checked his Facebook page, like everyone else's.
This is crazy.
Party's here. Weather wizard, Captain Cool, the Mist, the Turtle, Samurai. I'll go. It was the end of an era.
A lot of memories. And that's the original Flash suit, I think. Yeah, the red with the lightning bolt. Original. It's too good of a picture for him.
Yeah.
Miss pizza
Yeah.
delivery so much. Like,
Especially
what
the front
am I supposed to
camera.
do the next time
Yeah.
I get a craving for
It's way too
lemon
clear.
ice?
Order online.
Karaoke.
I didn't even put this as my favorite
You
song.
guessed it, honey.
Who did that? You already know what time it is. Don't make me say it.
What is he doing?
I bet they gave him free reign to...
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Free shit.
What the fuck?
What is that?
I don't know. Wakey. It's time for a review. So...
Time for bed.
Time for bed, yes. Soon, promise. So, Cisco's goodbye episode. How'd you feel overall about the episode in terms of him saying goodbye, in terms of the character?
It was overall good. Definitely some funny moments, which I like.
Yeah.
That scene with Barry.
Dancing.
When he first came in, and then the karaoke scene at the end were my favorites.
I think it's interesting that they brought in Rainbow Raider 2.0, which... If you remember, Rainbow Raider was the villain they picked for the first crossover between Flash and Arrow.
Really?
Remember, because Barry got whammied by Rainbow Raider, and then Oliver had to fight him until they brought the machine. Yeah,
it's been forever
if
ago.
I showed you, you would probably remember it.
Probably.
But they brought 2.0, and then you remember that book, that binder full of stuff. Cisco did that after Crisis. He went in a couple episodes and came back with a whole binder full of pictures and cards of villains that's changed Crisis.
I don't remember this.
It's okay. I'll remind you. But it's interesting how this was brought back when literally after he came back after those couple episodes after Crisis and showed it, it never came up again really. And all of a sudden they're showing it, and you were saying, like, don't go down memory lane a lot, but they have to. And so they had a room full of...
Do they have to, though?
It's Cisco.
And I knew they'd have flashbacks.
Yes.
And of course they had flashbacks.
But they had that whole room where Chester's looking at all this different stuff, and it's all the stuff from past seasons. Now, I liked how they did the flashbacks because it started off from the pilot when Barry first woke up, and then some major moments, and then just really showing Cisco's, naming villains, something like that. I thought that was interesting. I do have 2 critiques about this episode.
When doesn't he have critiques? Let's be honest with each other.
You pointed out the first one. Why are they not all celebrating together?
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, that was a little silly.
Because could you imagine that little karaoke thing with everybody there instead of just the 4 of them? Mm. They would have had so much fun.
Yeah, exactly. And even though this was really, really funny, I thought it was kind of an odd choice to go with this happy villain for the last episode. I guess to make
everybody laugh, to make
it fun.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest. When Cisco was whammied and he was like, "Hey, I love you, man." When Barry came up and when Caitlin turned around,
the biggest smile on his face.
I can't wait to go back and watch that part because when Caitlin slowly turns around and the camera pans to Grant and he's just holding it freeze frame. He's like, I didn't want to stop her. And then the whole...
I didn't want to.
Then the breakdance. How'd you learn how to breakdance? I watched 17 how-to videos real quick.
Yeah.
He was breakdancing, and that was funny. There's some people that were on Twitter I saw were not happy with this episode and thought this was really stupid. In the context of the villain, and let's be honest, if this was a really sad episode the whole way through, I would have been like...
Not as many people would have enjoyed it.
Or I just think that it would have been probably not the right direction, because Cisco is a very funny character. He's funny. And he's been the comedic relief, so to have the episode be all somber and sad the whole time, I think would have been just odd for the character, and for the episode to say goodbye. The ending, though, with them singing was funny.
Yeah. And this is, the nicest criminal they've ever came across. She's stealing stuff to give it to everybody.
I know!
Because everybody's suffering.
And then she has a blimp that can hide itself from radar.
How does that happen?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, too. The part where he's speeding people out of the...
Yeah.
That didn't feel genuine. That felt like it was too fast, too quick. They said 20,000 people or something at that game.
In less than 2 minutes.
No.
He couldn't have done it.
That's not how that works.
Every speedster in the world come and help him, and he could.
Yeah, but that's not what happened. He did it all himself.
He apparently did it all himself, even though we didn't see a single person except for the 2 people before he did all that.
fun fact, Canada Graphs on Twitter said the stadium they used for the game is the same stadium they used for the exterior shots for Star Labs.
Of course.
Yeah. And the inside the blimp was kind of like Rocky, you know what I'm saying? Because that blimp was flying steady, and yet the set they're in is rocking back and forth. Like, that's not what's happening with the blimp, though. It's okay. But the singing karaoke at the end was funny, because I thought, because you said dancing, and then you're like karaoke, and then it shows him with the mic.
the microphone.
Yeah, like karaoke. Okay.
Yep.
What's that up with Cecile at the ending there?
I don't know, that face. Or mask. It
reminds me of what during Elseworlds when they had Psycho Pirate, which was supposed to be in Crisis, because he's like a major part of Crisis in the comics. They had that Psycho Pirate with a gold mask, and that's what kind of reminded me of. But I'm thinking, what is this? You remember, was it this season they had a random part where Cecile was being haunted by something, and we never understood what it was?
I think so.
Yeah. So maybe this is what it is? They're finally going to get to it?
She's finally trying to figure out what it is.
Maybe. How do you feel about them not having an actual send-off for Cisco? Because, like,
Stupid.
Do you think they should have an actual send-off with him?
Yes, they should have had a big party to celebrate instead of... And you know what? As much as they talked about stinking waffles or pancakes...
They never did.
They should have had waffles.
Or pancakes.
Or
both.
Pancakes. Or both. A whole breakfast buffet.
Yeah.
Waffles were brought up so many times.
I wonder if the reason... Well, I think pancakes and waffles, there's no excuse for not doing that, because they kept mentioning it several times in the episode. But there's no excuse for them not to have them all together unless it's a COVID thing to where in the loft they're so close together.
Like, does that really matter? Well, they're all tested, I'm sure, regularly.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Come on now.
I just think it's interesting.
You know what? I bet most of them are vaccinated as well.
Or, well, I don't know about the time of the filming of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because back when they probably filmed this around February, March, probably February, maybe. I'm not, but because they're because like I think they've already finished shooting for this year, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed if they all had one big party, and they didn't split like. I mean, I guess they get it definitely
4 and 4.
They definitely didn't really split it like male female because Caitlin was still with the guys, but they should have all been together. And
then Chester wasn't even there at all, and I really think it's a COVID thing.
Well, COVID or not, like if you're gonna do a send off, do a send off. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it at all.
Point.
Well,
what I meant by send off is like showing him and Kamala leaving and they're all saying goodbye as they drive off or fly off somewhere. That's what I was meaning as a send-off, because it ended with them just singing, which I get it because it's kind of the tone of the episode. Leave. But yeah, you don't. I guess it's just presumed when we come back to the next episode. He's just not going to be here. He's just not going to be around, and so was Kamala. They're both gone. I don't know. But
I don't know about that.
But I had fun with the majority of this episode. I thought it was overall pretty funny. And I thought they did a pretty good... And I think it was interesting the direction they went, where they made it to where Caitlin and Barry were trying to act like it was fine, but then, of course, it made Cisco feel like they wanted to get rid of him. But instead of them being all, ooh, at the start, they're like, we're happy for you. But, like, we knew they were faking it.
Yeah. You could, like, see it. Like, they were trying to hide.
They're like...
Their tears. They're smiling really awkwardly. It's like, you know, they're...
But I mean, I get it, because the typical trope, as soon as he announces he's leaving, they start being all upset, and they make it feel bad.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then he repeated his fear that he had when he had that fear from Psych about 30 years in the future. He hasn't changed, he hasn't grown, so he's like, I need to get out of that. So
yeah,
I understand, I get it, but we're gonna miss you, Cisco. It's going to be weird because, like, I even remember mentioning when they announced Chester was going to be a series regular for season 7 when they announced it last year or something like that. I remember going, are they replacing Cisco with Chester? Because Chester's basically, they are. They really are. I mean, I get it. He's not the same character because he's not like Cisco 2.0. But there's a lot of similarities, and he's going to be doing a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
And Cisco gave him everything. Like, here's all these ideas I have that I couldn't fulfill, blah, 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 blah. Thing is, though, it's been rumored for years he wanted to leave, so I'm surprised he actually lasted as long as he did. But
yeah, because was it last season that you thought he was leaving?
Season 5.
Season 5.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a panel. There was rumors going around that he was leaving. There was a panel while they were I think on a break from season 5, and there was some sort of con or something, some sort of Comic-Con type thing, and a fan directly asked during the Q&A portion of this panel to him directly with other cast members. Yeah, and he's like, they kind of deflected the question like randomly, but like basically he didn't answer, and people thought, oh, this is his way of not confirming it, but he is leaving. And then he still stuck around. But there was like multiple things throughout season 5 where he wasn't around as much, or he wasn't doing as much. They were kind of hinting maybe something's up with him, and then he stopped being Vibe. And then of course that changed when Crisis, and then the Monitor gave him his powers back because the Monitor's like, we need you back as Vibe. So there was multiple things that were kind of teasing. So maybe the actor truly was considering leaving. And I think what they did was they kept him on the show, but they gave him less to do and less episodes, because each season past the rumored he was leaving, he's not done as much, as you said.
Yeah.
He hasn't done as much because the actor wants time off and he doesn't want to be filming all the time. I think he's ready to move on. So now he has now moved on. So
on to bigger and better things.
Maybe. I think he'll be back, though. I just don't think it'll be this season, just based on how much they spent. You getting tired?
I told you I was. Yes.
It's okay. I love you. She's had a long day. Me too. I still have more crap to do. I'm so excited. Woo! But I don't think he'll be back this season. I don't think he'll be back for the 105th episode, even though he should, because it celebrates the show. Remember the 100th episode, how crazy that was?
Yeah.
With Reverse Flash and Zoom and all that craziness. Yeah, I just don't see him coming back. Unless it's a doppelganger thing, but it would still be weird. But I think he'll be back for season 8.
He should be back for the episode, but if this is his goodbye, they shouldn't bring him back.
Yeah, it would feel weird. It'd be too soon.
Whether it's him or not him, they shouldn't bring him back. Gotcha. It's his goodbye episode. If he really wanted to be in them, then they should have pushed his goodbye episode back.
Yeah, point.
Let's be honest.
Gotcha. Well, that is overall our thoughts. Pretty funny. Definitely was odd at the start. We're like, where's this going? Because they're all like, yay! And then like, oh, okay, they're all fit. What, your access codes, Cisco? And he's like, what, Caitlin? What? Access codes? Like, you're asking me for my access codes? Really? He's being professional, but... Anyways, we're going to go so she can relax, because she's had a long day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, now I got to get to editing. Woo, so excited. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed our reaction. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Out.
Good.